Imagine signing a document and completely trusting it, only to find out that it costs you your entire life savings. How would you recover? Today, we're not even into the terrifying real life notary nightmares that have turned other people's dreams into a financial risk, revealing the shocking mistakes that happen to anyone, even you. You won't believe how easily fortunes were lost. Most people see a notary public as a rubber stamp, a 5-minute errand at a local bank or somewhere else. But in the legal world, that stamp is the ultimate gatekeeper. It is supposed to be a shield against fraud. But when that shield breaks, or worse, when it is used as a weapon, the results are catastrophic. And we're looking at 3 case files that prove just how dangerous a simple signature can be. The third file that I'll share with you guys was the most devastating, and it wasn't even the notary's fault entirely that this happened. So, our first story takes us to Florida. A family had just inherited their father's home, a nest egg worth over $400,000. They thought they were secured. But while they were mourning, a fraudster was working. They found the name of a local notary who had just recently passed away. They didn't just steal an identity, they stole an entire commission. Using a forged quitclaim deed and a counterfeit stamp of this deceased notary, the scammer signed the house over to a shell company because the document looked official. The county recorder's office accepted it without a second glance. The family didn't find out until 6 months later when they showed up to the house and found a construction crew gutting the kitchen. This house had been sold again to a innocent third party, even though the family eventually won the house back in court. It took 3 years and $80,000 in legal fees. Lesson: a notary stamp is only as good as the database behind it. Always verify that a commission is active. This next one hits close to home for business owners. A boutique owner, let's call her Sarah, was expanding her shop. Her business partner brought over a notary who happened to be a family friend. Sarah was in a rush. The partner said, "Final terms are still being typed, but sign this signature page now so we can hit that filing deadline." Never, ever do this. Because Sarah signed a blank page in front of a friendly notary, the partner was able to insert a page later that changed Sarah's ownership from 50% to 10%. When Sarah sued, the notary lied and said the document was complete when she signed it. The court's perspective: you were a sophisticated business person. You signed in front of an officer of the state. It's your word against the stamp. Sarah lost her business. We saved this for last because it illustrates a technicality that destroys more families than outright fraud. This story of an estate worth $5 million. The patriarch of the family had his will perfectly drafted. He went to a notary at a local shipping store. He signed, the notary stamped, and he went home thinking his children were taken care of. But here's the nightmare. In many states, a will requires not just a notary, 2 disinterested witnesses. The notary in this case was so focused on the stamp they forgot to ensure the witnesses were present and signing correctly. After he passed, the will was contested, and because the witnessing didn't meet state law, despite having a valid notary stamp, the entire document was thrown out. The estate was divided according to the state default laws, giving a huge portion to an estranged relative the father hadn't spoken to in over 20 years. We want to make sure that you are not the next case file. Here's your notary survival checklist. The journal rule. Notary doesn't ask you to sign a notary journal. Walk away. Professional notaries are required to keep a record of every notarization they do, every ID that they check. Without that journal, there is no action. The full document rule. Never, ever sign a signature page that is not attached to the rest of the contract. If there are blank spaces on the page, draw a diagonal line or something through them so nothing can be added later. Number 3, the ID verification. If a notary says, oh, I know you, I don't need to see your ID, or they just don't ask to see your ID even if they don't know you, they are doing you a huge disservice. That lack of rigor makes the documents a whole lot easier to challenge in a court later. A notary's job isn't to be a nuisance. It's there to make your agreements permanent. But when the process is rushed or fraudulent, that permanent becomes a cage. We have seen these nightmares and many more firsthand. And the best defense is always education. Have you ever been asked to sign something that didn't feel right? Or have you seen a notary nightmare in your own industry? Drop a comment down below. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the like button and the subscribe button to join the community.